In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Lattice Maker in the Fairycut software. On my page, I have two shapes. You can either get them in the Shapes button over here under Animals, or you can go up to this book, double-click on it, and open up the Animals category. So the first one will just be a very simple one. I'm going to click on it to select it, but when I apply the lattice, I actually want there to be a nice outline. So in order to get an outline to this image while it's selected, I'm going to go to the top of the screen and click on Tools, and then select Outline. I want to make sure that I select Contour, and I only want one contour, so I don't want a large amount. As for thickness, I'm going to leave it at 0.10, and I don't mind that the color is red, so I'm going to accept this by clicking on this check mark. Next, I can close this. Now I'm just going to click on the inside of the cat because that's the only thing I want to apply a lattice to. So to apply the lattice, I'm going to click on the rhinestone button. It'll instantly open up the rhinestones, and right beside it you can see there's a little tab that says Lattice. When you click on that, you really don't see much happening to your file, but as soon as you click on Preview, you can see what the file would look like. Now you have a few options here. You can move the angle either to the left and stretch it out, or you can move it to the right hand side and make it much taller. You can also use the wheel on your mouse to go up or down, or you can use the left and right arrow keys on your keyboard. Once you've decided on the angle, you may want to select a different spacing. So right over here you can click once until it becomes highlighted by clicking on the little arrow pointing up, and then again you can use the wheel on your mouse to go up, or you can use the wheel on your mouse to go down. You can also use the up and down arrow keys on your keyboard. Beside height, again, if you click once, you'll instantly select it, and then again, using either the wheel on your mouse or the up and down arrow keys, you can find a lattice that you're happy with. Once happy, all you need to do is click on Apply. Now if you go into Wireframe, you can see that you've got a nice file that you can now cut out. If you actually want this file to be welded, then just select both images together and click on the Weld button. Instantly you have a lattice file that you can now use and move around, and you can see right through it because you can see part of the mat right through this file. So let's show you how to make a card. First thing I want to do is select the rectangle. And I'm just going to go up here and just draw a rectangle on my page. I want to actually make this rectangle black, so I'm going to go over to the color cube while my rectangle is selected, and I'm going to left click on it once to color fill it, and while it's still resting on the black, I'm going to right click on it. So this way I apply a black outline and a black color fill. I'm going to go right back to the rectangle, and I'm just going to draw another rectangle on the inside of this. Now once it's drawn, you can't see it anymore because it's also black, so I'm going to click on the Select button so this area is selected, and I'm just going to color fill it with any color, just so you can see it better. Now I actually want this to be centered, so to do that I'm going to select both images together, and I'm going to click on my Justification button. The center feature is right here, and that will center the two images together in the same location. If you wanted to center them on the center of your page, you would click on the red button. Now because I am going to be using this feature a lot, I'm actually going to click on this with my left mouse button and just drag it down to the bottom of my screen. And now it's here, so I can use that easily without having to constantly press the Justification button. So again, these two images are selected, and I'm just going to click on this button, and now they are centered. Next I'll click once off of the image, and I'll click once on the center portion. And I also want to apply a lattice to it, so I'll click on Preview. And if I want to adjust the angles a little bit, I can do that. Again, I can adjust the height and the spacing. And once happy, I'm going to click on Apply. Now because I am going to be using the black and white feature, I'm going to do something a little bit differently. While this is selected, I'm actually going to go over to the color white, and I'm going to left click on the color white. I'm just going to leave that alone. Over here with the butterfly, I want to make this black, so again, while the butterfly is selected, I'm going to left click to color fill it, and I'm going to right click to outline it in black. I next want to go over to my oval, and I'm going to click on that once, and I'm just going to draw an oval around the butterfly. Don't worry that it's in black. I'm actually going to click on Select, and I'm now going to color it with the color white. I'm going to go right over here. I'm going to send that oval behind the butterfly. So now I can click once on the select button and I can easily move this butterfly. So what I want to do is make the wings of the butterfly come out a little bit more and move this up a bit. And now I want to click on the oval again to select it. I'm going to hold down the Control key on my keyboard and I'm going to hold down my left mouse button and I'm going to drag the oval out of the way. I'm going to let go of my left mouse button and then let go of my Control key. And now I have a second copy of this oval. With this one, I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit. And then I'm going to take it and place it right back here. Now I want to color this one black, so I'm going to left click on black and I want to send it to the back. Now if I want to center these, I can draw an imaginary box around my two ovals and my butterfly, and I can go right back here to center. I want this butterfly just to be a little bit longer so it wings connects to the oval. Now that I've got that, I'm going to draw an imaginary box around both of them, and I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. I'm going to go to shape and I'm going to group it up. Next thing I want to do is go right over here and just drag it onto my page. Once I'm happy with the placement, I'm going to leave it selected and I'm going to go to shape and I'm going to break the group. Next, I'm just going to draw an imaginary box around these images. Now the only colors I've used is black and white, so I can go right up here to the special weld button that will weld black and white colors together. Once you click on it, it instantly welds this for you, and you now have a new lattice file that you can easily see through. You can see my mat right through there. If you wanted to turn this into a card while this image is selected, hold down the Control key on your keyboard, hold down your left mouse button, and drag yourself another copy. Let go of your left mouse button, then let go of your Control key. Once you've got your second copy, keep it selected, go to the top of the page, click on Shape, and then break all. Now basically all you want to do is remove this square so it's out of the way. Over here I'm going to select all of this and I'm going to press delete on my keyboard. Now because this is a welded file, I don't have to worry about it falling apart, and because I want to connect this to this one and then weld them together, I have to first of all align them. So to do that, I'm just going to draw an imaginary box around the outside of these two images so they're both selected, and then going over here I'm going to select the Align to Top. What that does is it aligns both files in the exact top location. Now all I want to do is go into my wireframe so I can see them better, and I want to zoom into this portion. So I'm going to click on my zoom in button. I'll just drag an imaginary box around here so we can see this. I'm going to click on select to turn off the zoom, click once off of my image, and then click once on my left square. Now that the left square is selected, I'm only going to use the arrow key on my keyboard and I'm going to press that down until it just starts to gently overlap the other one. As soon as that happens, which is right here, I'm going to go back to all so I can see the whole file. I'll go back out of wireframe and I'm going to select both of these. All I want to do is click on this weld button again for black and white, and instantly I now have a card that I can use. Now let's just color this card a different color so that you can see it better. What I want to do now is I want to apply a dashed line in the center so that I can easily fold it. So to do that, I'm just going to go over here and click on my Kiss Cut line, and anywhere on this card I'm going to hold down the Shift key on my keyboard, and using my left mouse button held down, I'm going to just draw a little line. I'm going to let go of my left mouse button and then my Shift key. I'm going to click on Select to turn off the Kiss Cut feature, and then I'm going to select both of these together, and this time I actually want to center them using the red button, so I'll click on that. You may notice a little bit of a ghosting image. All you need to do is click on Refresh. There you have a card that you can now cut out, and you've got a perfectly centered line so that you can fold it. I'm now going to cut out this card and then show you what it looks like.